Hello Pisces, how are you guys doing today? Are you well? I hope that you are feeling good in whichever space you find yourself today. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif, spiritual healer, intuitive reader. I'm a no-tools medium, so I channel my message. Most of my message is channeled. And spiritual life coach. Everything that I say to you from the time that this video starts until I finish is me channeling. I'm constantly receiving messages from Spirit. My guides, keepers, the angel guides, your guides and keepers know who of you need to receive these messages and who of you are going to be guided here. So I don't know the message. Most times I read the comments, and to those of you who've taken the time to comment, to like and subscribe, first and foremost, when you subscribe, you allow access for me to channel healing in your direction. All of my readings, I start with a meditation and I open a channeled, a remote healing between my subscribers and myself in the area of love, for the heart chakra and relationships with yourself. So you give me you allow access for this and an opening for that healing to be channeled in your direction. But also when you comment and you like and you subscribe and do all of these things, you make it possible for other people who need to receive these messages to actually have access to them. You know, we're all in this together. We all are going through various aspects of our spiritual awakening, of our spiritual journey, and we want to help and support one another to do this in ways that are, you know, to make it easier, to help us to tap into the areas of our lives that we need to, and to have the breakthroughs and the healing that we need to as well. So thank you guys for doing that. Okay, so I'm doing the zodiac reading for Pisces today, and I'm giving particular focus to those on a twin flame journey. You know, with my zodiac readings, I started last month, and I said for the next few months moving forward, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I am focusing on the twin flame. So if you're not in on a twin flame journey, and you still feel drawn to watching this video, then trust your guides, because there's possibly something you're supposed to be hearing. There might be some of the message that resonates for you, but also know that if it does feel strange or that like it doesn't resonate, that's probably because I'm channeling specifically for people on a spiritual awakening, because a twin flame journey is a spiritual awakening. So it's different. It's soul stuff. It's not the 3D stuff. It's not the regular relationship stuff. You do this, I do that. How do we get to the next level? What is it that we want to do or need to do to get to where we want to be? All those action things, you know, it's more action based. It's more thought based. A spiritual awakening and a twin flame journey is more soul stuff. It's you just surrender and you allow yourself to be broken wide open initially, and then to be guided through this process of diving into deeper and deeper levels of who you are and your relationship with love and your relationship with yourself first and foremost. Twin flames are one soul. It is a soul journey. It's about your work on a soul level. Two minds, two bodies, but ultimately it is about this one soul. That's what the journey is about. It's about your soul and how to experience that from a place of unconditional divine love, because that's what it is. That's what your soul is. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to look at the divine masculine and feminine's energy separately. And this will give us a nice indication of where you guys are in your energy and how you are lining up at this point. There's been so much happening, a lot of shifting taking place, a lot of alignment taking place in the energies. It's really the time for a lot of these twins to come together. And the blockage is really that there's such a misunderstanding of what this is. So many people are still looking at it as though it is this romantic movie, this fairy tale, this relationship outside of yourself that you're wanting to obtain, when actually there is no separation. You've heard many twin flame coaches say separation is an illusion, because you see, your soul, if you take a few deep breaths and settle into your intuition, you will feel the wholeness of who you are. And I do always ask that you do that anyway before you embark on listening to or watching my readings. Take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to know if it is your message, to help you to know what is yours and what is not. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Perhaps it's for other people. Don't try and make things fit that don't fit. But if it does ring a bell for you, even if you're not comfortable with it, ask your guides and keepers to guide you as to why it is active in your energy. Because there might be a purpose there. When you allow yourself to align to the part of you that is source and soul, all of the questions, the challenges and the problems that the mind is constantly trying to process and navigate don't exist, because on a soul level there is only harmony. Your soul is able to see beyond all of the noise and all of the fluff of the 3D. And so it really is important to be aligned to the part of you that is self, more so than the part of you that is I, the thinking part of you, the ego part of you. Because your life will just be easier from that point. You know, the more we focus on problems and the more we focus on projects. And that's the thing. For the longest time, we've looked at relationships as though it's a project and something we've got to fix, or something we've got to mold to our liking, something we've got to navigate. And this twin flame journey is about helping you unlearn that. You know, that there is beauty and perfection and harmony in what is, especially on a soul level, and that's the only thing, that's the only truth, and that's all that is real. The other stuff, as I said, is noise. So we're looking at what's happening in the divine masculine and feminine's energy. I always say I'm not referring to gender. It's not about a man or a woman. It can be same-sex couples. It is about the energy that you embody in your dynamic. You have polar opposites in the 5 and the 3D. It's only on the soul level that we are one, but we are two separate minds and two separate energy fields and two separate bodies. Okay? But on a soul level, we are one. So we're looking at what's happening in the 3D and the 5D. And then we'll look at what to expect for you during the month of July. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Giving thanks to the archangels in the north, south, east, and west that have their sacred flame burning. You've entered a sacred space. As I say, there's a channeled remote healing taking place between myself and you, my subscriber. So allow yourself to embrace the love that flows over you at this time from your guides and keepers, from my guides and keepers, from the angel guides. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, my guides, for helping me do what I do. Giving thanks to the spirits of air, water, fire, and earth. Especially water for Pisces. Thank you. This divine masculine has started to really take a closer look at a lot of things. They're realizing that they might have missed a couple of things previously. They were taking a lot of things at face value. They weren't stopping to actually smell the roses. They weren't stopping to actually take in the magnitude of everything. And now there's this realization that they've missed something. And that also pertains to you. The divine masculine showed up as sneaky, where they did things that was not forthcoming, was sneaky, dishonest. They've come out of that energy a lot, and if you don't realize this yet, then I just want to highlight that if their behavior and them coming across as sneaky and them showing up in this way was them protecting themselves and their trust issues and them not being sure they can trust anyone outside of themselves. So in their lack of mentality and in their fear, they were guarding themselves so much that they weren't taking into consideration how it affects others. This divine masculine's coming to a very stable, grounded energy, but the basis of it is around their emotions. So where they were feeling overwhelmed, they were feeling unstable emotionally, they are really feeling like they are okay with being where they are emotionally. There's benefit. Their spirit is also saying to me they found that how this connection stirred emotion inside of them really terrified them. It scared them, and that is also part of why they did the things they did, because they didn't know what to make of this. Emotionally, they felt very, very out of control. They felt overwhelmed by their emotions. But Spirit is saying that they're now in a place where they are okay with this. Where it's okay, where they see the benefit, where they see the beauty, where they see the blessing of all of these emotions and this emotional connection and the emotions they feel towards you. What Spirit is showing me is that for some of you, this divine masculine has noticed that and has come to the realization that even though they were not fully appreciative of what you were offering, and they, for all of their various reasons, found themselves running in the opposite direction, even though they're not able to fully understand why they ran in the first place. But that's just how it sometimes goes. They can come up with a million different reasons and excuses, and none of them, when they utter it or think about it, really makes sense. But that's just how it is sometimes with the divine masculine. And what they've come to realize is, as they've begun to understand the magnitude and what these emotions mean and symbolize in their life, they've noticed that other people recognize your value, that there are others that are what they say to themselves that are like vultures hovering around you, that would be eager to sweep up this opportunity to be with you, because there's so much abundance around you. And they're feeling a little bit foolish because now they're realizing all they needed to do was anchor themselves in the connection with you and allow that fear to pass, allow themselves to become comfortable with it, because it was going to happen, because there's so much abundance, there's so much wealth of love and emotion and abundance in general in being with you. For some of you, your masculine has seen you with somebody else, or they've seen you posting other people, or that for some reason they think that they might have lost you to somebody else, or that there's someone else trying to grab the opportunity that they didn't. And this bothers them a little bit. They definitely want to make movement. And if you guys live at a distance, I'm seeing that they are looking at ways to find themselves moving in your direction. Also, Spirit is saying to me that this divine masculine's moral compass and internal guidance system they're starting to tap into it more, and it's serving them better. They're able to hear their internal guidance system, and it's guiding them towards you. For the divine feminine, there's been a lot of this separation, and the issues that you've experienced with your person has really Every time you've experienced it, and Spirit says many of you here have gone through a couple of back and forths with your person. Every time you've experienced it, they have, well, you find yourself driving deeper into deeper layers of yourself and doing peeling away different layers, and finding yourself emerging from aspects of healing that you didn't even realize was holding you back. And that makes absolute sense, because it is a spiritual awakening, and you are experiencing the spiritual awakening on a conscious level, so you are aware of it, whereas your divine masculine is not so aware. It's just intuitive for them. They just feel different, they just move, they just find themselves being inspired. But for you, it's very at the forefront of your consciousness. There's somebody in this divine feminine's life that they really felt very nurtured by. It's possibly a feminine spirit showing me a female that they considered a friend or a confidant, or that they had a very valuable relationship, but something happened there and it's caused a rift in this relationship, and it's caused loss for this divine feminine. So this person has done things that has caused a bit of loss for the divine, for the feminine year. And yes, it's meant that there's been an end to this relationship. For some of the feminines here, there's a mother figure or an older friend, somebody that they consider to be a mentor that's passed away, that they actually lost because they've progressed to the other side, and they have found themselves grieving this loss. What is happening here is that where the two of you meet with your energy is that I see this masculine making their way towards this feminine with some sort of news, wanting to bring a message, wanting to communicate. That's what I'm seeing, wanting to communicate, wanting to possibly, but they want to see you. So they want to say what they want to say in person. That's what I'm getting. Coming towards you, possibly showing up at your place of work, or showing up where they know they will see you. But Spirit says for a lot of you, your place of work. And bringing you this news, coming to tell you whatever it is that they feel you need to know. Let's see what's happening for Pisces in the divine twin flame journey for the month of July, on your spiritual journey. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing that there is a lot of planning. There is a lot of there is movement, there is planning, there is, your divine masculine is doing a lot of journaling about what they're realizing, certain things they're realizing in relation to you, how they would like to move their lives forward. They want to make sure that every move they take is a solid one. So this person is not going to be rushing into anything. They want to make sure that they are methodical, and that they are making the right moves. They want to move in a solid direction with you. The thing that the reason why they're wanting to be methodical, and why, even though I'm getting the impression that they really are feeling the urge to move, but they rather take things slow and be methodical about it, because they are very, very careful when it comes to you. And what they know is that there's a lot that they should be enjoying in their lives at the moment, but they haven't been able to, and it's because you're not in it. It's as if they have so much that they could be enjoying. They have so much going for them and so many amazing things happening. And every time something amazing happens, all they think is, all they want to tell you, it's like it's not as big of a deal. It's not as amazing because they can't share it with you. This is something that comes up for them often, and it bothers them because they didn't actually expect to for you to have this kind of pull in their life experience. This divine masculine has wanted to say a lot of things for a while, has wanted to come in and communicate, and they kept holding themselves back, pulling themselves back from doing that. There is an opportunity here, and this masculine knows it, for you guys to have your wish fulfillment and to have what you want and what you've wanted here with one another. What's going to happen for many of you with your divine masculine is they're going to basically, what Spirit is saying to me is the divine masculine has had a false sense of stability somewhere else, and they've not wanted to ruffle the feathers there too much because of the value that they placed in that relationship or those relationships, whether it's friends, or I'm hearing best friend, something like that. It could be a partner that things ended with, but they were still friends, they still value the relationship, whatever it may be. But I'm seeing that the divine masculine is actually going to basically, where they consider themselves that if they don't have it, like I said, had this sense of stability for them. They've known this person for a long time, and they just felt that this is a very valuable relationship, and it gave them a sense of home or whatever. Not really home, Spirit says, but like it was as close as they could sort of get based on their personal condition. Because home is something you've got to establish within yourself. You are home. You know, and where you find you are able to allow your heart to rest. But this masculine is going to basically shut themselves out of that, or put themselves out into the cold, because they don't want to, they realize that that's not what it actually is. And so they're making movement away from that, because they realize that it was a false premise. They're starting to see things differently, and now they're having this inspired movement to act and to start to do things and to start to move in different directions. The good thing is I'm seeing that you guys are coming out of your mental fog. So I see that the both of you were in this energy of going back and forth with your thoughts and having conflicting thoughts. Part of you believes this and focuses your thoughts in a positive direction, but then there's this other part of you that comes and basically tears that apart and tears it down. Both of you were doing this, and this leads to despair. It leads to hopelessness, stress, anxiety, and most importantly, it attracts a lot of nonsense, because you attract what you focus on. There was a sense of feeling stuck. There was a sense of not feeling that they can't move. That is changed, because the divine masculines realize that actually they were never stuck. Now, this divine masculine has asked themselves on many occasions, because they put you on a pedestal, and because of the way they were showing up as sneaky and as dodgy, and not in the way that you wanted to, you showed them another side of yourself. And you basically put them in the timeout and were like, you know what, I don't need to do this. This is beneath me. And if this is who you are, go on your merry way. But you showed them another side of yourself, and they automatically told themselves that you were not who they thought they were. I think that was just easier for them to do. But most importantly, they realized that they destroyed how they harmed how you looked at them, and that bothers them, because they wonder if you'll be able to look at them the same. Regardless of this little bit of fear, the outcome here is strength, where there's still a little bit of confusion on your behalf, or on you, and for your divine masculine. You guys overcome this. Yeah, you guys overcome this. Let's see. So if you are expecting or hoping for, some of you might be dealing with an earth sign. If you are expecting or hoping for passionate, speedy advances, that's not how it's going to look here, hey? As I said, this person is very methodical and careful when it comes to you. This has been painful, quite painful for the both of you. In varying degrees, of course. But I definitely see your person moving away from a situation that is not emotionally fulfilling, and coming towards you with a new energy, a new sense of passion. Yeah. Definitely somebody, either it'll be a message that really resembles a letter, like a long message or an email, or them actually showing up out of the blue. This masculine knows they've manifested their own heartbreak, that they broke their own heart because of the actions they took, because they were juggling, going back and forth in their energy, and because they were delusional about where their 10 of cups is. They were delusional about what that happily ever after looks like, and what their wish fulfillment is. Spirit says to me, you are not typically their type. You're a little bit out of their comfort zone. they've had to make a lot of choices, and this time was very important, you know. It's important, the separation phase, every phase on the twin flame journey is important, and they serve in different ways. They serve a purpose in your awakening as a twin flame. Couple, individual, you know. Pisces, that is your message for July. You can expect this person showing up or reaching out with, they've got a lot to say. They've been journaling a lot, so they're going to have a lot to say. Whether or not you're going to fully understand everything that they are saying, Spirit is saying to me, some of it you're going to read and you're going to wonder, like, what is this person actually saying? There's going to be a lot that they're saying, and it's also, for some of you, it's going to seem like they're not saying much. They're saying a lot, but they're not really saying very much. Does that make sense? You're going to have to listen with your soul. And you're going to have to recognize that all the little details are not too important. You just need to allow yourself to be open to what is the energy that this person's bringing to me, because that's the most important thing. Okay, Pisces. For those of you who are grieving the loss of a relationship or a loved one, well, I'm speaking to the feminine. Make space and make time every day to allow yourself to release what is stuck in your heart chakra, to give yourself the space to grieve, okay, and to release what you're ready to release. And don't force it and don't push it. Everybody's got their own time, but don't just ignore that you are grieving. There is a bit of grieving and a sense of loss there. Thank you guys for watching this video, and for your comments, your likes, and your subscription. For those of you who are interested in getting a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. I would be honored. Take care of yourself. As I said, those of you who have had to let go of a relationship, a long-term relationship that some things just happened, and at an end, it's come to an end, or you've lost a loved one. Some of you, you know, those are the two different storylines I'm seeing. Take it easy. Allow yourself the space and the time to heal. Be kind to yourself. Okay. Love and light to you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.